Previously.
So the guest we have today is someone who started creating content back in 2016, took a break and is now back on YouTube with his channel named More Rav, where he uploads vlogs, and his second channel, Rav Gameplays, where he plays games. So subscribe to his channel and subscribe to our channel as well. Moreover, he's a 25-year-old software engineer, and as Okus had mentioned, he makes bank.
But the Rav channel, which was there, the old channel in 2016, which was there, it was called Midnight Rav, and it was my gaming ID basically.
Like, how do you think that YouTube is now and was then from the perspective of the audience and the creators?
At that point of time, people were very carefree. They just wanted to upload anything which they thought was fun.
Current YouTubers, how do you think that they will blow up, and like, what is the difference between them and the previous ones?
Because they are not entertainers. Though all those YouTubers in 2016, most of them were entertainers, and even now, YouTube is full of any big channel, the top channels, they are all entertaining channels.
So it's getting transformed from entertainment to more like infotainment.
Right. That's a very good word. Yes, infotainment. Yes.
Yeah.
What would you say is an infotainment channel?
For me, I guess Beer Biceps.
Yeah. Okay. Ranveer Alavadia. Yes.
One of the biggest infotainment channel right now.
Right.
And one thing which I like about him the most is that it's not just a YouTube channel. He's running a company through that, and that's not like a very small company. He has employees, like around 25-30 employees.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
I think. Have you heard his podcasts?
I follow them religiously.
What do you?
And
What
Sorry?
medium do you use to listen to his podcasts?
I started with YouTube, but now I'm hearing them on Spotify.
Spotify, right? I think people tend to like underestimate the advantage of having Spotify over YouTube, because YouTube at the end of the day is a visual medium, right? You have to like see something while you're doing something. So multitasking gets difficult for me when I'm like watching a podcast, even though I am part of a podcast which is a visual medium on YouTube. Yeah. All the podcasts which I listen to, they are all on Spotify. They are all on Spotify. I wake up in the morning, go do my household chores, I have my earphones on, and I'm listening to podcasts. That's all I'm doing. Sometimes I listen to music, but mostly I listen to podcasts now, because I feel ki at least kuch dimag mein jaye. Your brain is very smart, it will figure things out by itself. Just let it listen to things, and good things. And people who usually put on things on Spotify don't talk junk. Fortunately, who would want to put that kind of effort? Because less number of viewers, right?
Exactly.
Return on investment is less. So people who really want to do it, they would do it. So that is an advantage, I guess. So yeah, that is
so
an
very quickly, three YouTubers you think will surpass or will reach the level of big YouTubers in a span of like 1 year or so. And in one sentence, why do you think that they will reach? Any three of your choice.
Any three entertainment mein? I would say
anyway. Like, I'm not talking about a particular domain.
Right.
But you think that they are like underrated right now, but after a year or so, they'll be like in the top. Any three.
One of them I would say I would be biased. I would say Okus.
Okay.
But because I've seen Okus, I've known Okus for a very long time. That's what I said. It is a bias in a sense. I know what he can do, and he's much more skilled than other YouTubers, and he doesn't generally show it, but he has a much deeper idea on what works on YouTube and what doesn't. Okay, he follows the West very religiously, and he has been following it for a very long time, so he knows what works and what doesn't, and he's also aware of the fact that how Indian YouTube is picking up in comparison to the West. So he knows how to ride the train in a sense. I would say Okus is one. Okay. The other person I would say is Vedant Rusty. Vedant Rusty, I would say, because that guy is extremely disciplined. Okay, and his goal is not to become a YouTuber. Okay, He's
Okay.
but all he does is creates content which adds value for all domains. For all domains that he can cover, he makes content on that. And he's disciplined in the sense that he will post regardless. He will post every single day regardless.
Exactly.
And he has made a system out of it. You have no idea. People have no idea how organized that kid is. Like, he's 24, right? And rightly so. He's very, very organized for his age. And the upcoming YouTubers were like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They are not even close. I'll tell you, if they knew about how organized Vedant Rusty is in general, because I know a bit about that,
Okay.
they wouldn't want to do YouTube. If they wanted to become as organized as Vedant Rusty, they would like start questioning themselves, just because it is very difficult. And he's untouchable in that matter. You will not find any other YouTuber who is able to put out content like he can. He can. Nobody else. Because they all keep thinking a lot. People tend to make that mistake of कि मैं बहुत सोचा. I do also tend to make that. I'm a person like that. I tend to make that mistake of whether I should post or not. He doesn't care. You will see videos which have a lot of views in his channel and very less views. He doesn't care on either of those cases. And his discipline is his biggest advantage, which people can't beat. I don't think people can. It's very difficult to inculcate discipline in your life. And he's born and brought up that way. He's brought up that way. So, how can you fight that? It's something which has been ingrained in somebody for 20 years, right? You can, but it's like really difficult, man. And who else?
The
third person.
I'm like thinking one name, but I won't say it. If it gets matched.
Which
No,
domain?
I won't say it right now.
But which domain are you talking about?
Domain entertainment.
In entertainment?
Like I feel the third name will be from the entertainment genre.
From entertainment.
I feel that you will say a name which will be from the entertainment genre.
I have one more name, and I know he will get big because he's like the most likable person. Okay, this guy named Sunraby. Okay, he's like extremely likable. Yeah. Okay, if you talk to him as a person and in general with his audience also, and like he has a Discord server, and I have talked to people who are his audience in the Discord server. He has a very wholesome Discord server. And I feel that he is in general a very fun person to be around. And there's a very high likability factor in Surya. I've never heard anyone call out Surya, ever. Like the worst of the worst people wouldn't even want to call out Surya. Like, because he's a very wholesome person, man. And I think he's also underrated in that sense. I would say, if I were to say in terms of numbers, who I would want to be the biggest, I would say Surya, definitely. The biggest. And Okus and Vedant, definitely. Okus, I have a bias because he is very skilled and he has a very deep knowledge on these things. And Vedanto is just because of his discipline, man. That is what I think. And Vedant, it's very funny. He can talk about things.
I thought you would say Dank Rishu, but okay.
Rishu already, see, Rishu he's not underrated. Rishu is not underrated in any sense.
Underrated, but his roasts are a level which deserve 2-3 million views minimum.
Okay,
that's what I feel.
If that is what you say, and if you like Rishu's writing, I would like to also mention there is this one other guy who's very, very underrated. People have rarely heard of him, I'm sure, but that guy, I just love his humor because he's naturally funny. Okay, naturally funny kid. Okay, his name is Wahi Funny Wala. Okay. If you can check him out, he actually wrote a few scripts for Rishu on his videos. So some of the writing he has done for Rishu. Okay, that guy. I recently tweeted about him. Like, he is, I don't know, man. It scares you. People who want to like try to learn a skill. I'm sure it scares people who want to like learn to be funny. This guy is so good naturally that you feel like, if he catches up, I can't catch up. Because hard work can compensate talent, right? But if a person is talented, any day, right? But if a person is talented and hardworking, then how would you beat him? It's an unfair game, right? Like, you can't beat Sachin Tendulkar, because he's
win-win
hardworking
situation.
and talented, right?
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation. You can't beat it. But like, yeah, that guy I would like to mention. Wahi funny wala.
Okay.
That is one more guy I would like to mention. Yeah, that is it.
Okay. One more thing is that YouTube. For YouTube, there is this rewarding thing, or as you would call, like the film fair of YouTube, which is called the YouTube Fan Fest.
Yeah.
So recently, I think that the current generation of YouTubers are not like fascinated about YouTube Fan Fest like the previous one. So do you think that YouTube Fan Fest will also change along with this?
I think that the idea of FanFest, where does it happen? It happens in one place,
Mumbai.
right? Mumbai, right?
Mumbai Ji. But now it's like it has gone to many places. Although it's
Segregated,
like,
right?
yeah, it's gone to Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, everywhere.
I think the idea of FanFest, I don't see the what's the big deal about FanFest? It's the stage, right? And I feel the stage is for people who can perform on stage. I've talked about this in the podcast also. That I feel it's a place for people who can perform, like someone who dances, or someone who does stand-up, or someone who's a comedian, something like that, right? Who can do a sketch. I don't see how that can be, and it's a stage for a select few. I don't think that it would be a big deal in the future. What I do think, however, is the idea of having a crowd around you and just having a good time with the crowd is a very great idea. Okay, and I feel ki
The
meetups can be something very different. The development of a meetup would be very different in the future, where like you have like a proper like a entourage of guests, okay, and you have a show of some sort, and you just invite people in, and people just turn up, and you just have a good time. Many of the Western YouTubers also do it. Not many of them, but some of them do it. And I think a lot of collaborations, in the sense that a lot of team ups are gonna happen. You have a set of like 6-7 YouTubers, 4-5 YouTubers, and they have a squad or a group together, okay, and they make videos out of that. And that really helps strengthen the community, because you have people from their individual communities coming together, which is great, which can happen in the entertainment sphere. I'm not sure how it can work. I'm sure it can work greatly in the educational sphere as well, infotainment sphere as well. I have some ideas on how it can work in conferences. Tanmay Bhatt is doing great with that. Have you seen Honestly?
That channel is addictive. Channel is addictive.
Right, all of them are addictive. All of his channels. Have you seen Honestly with Tanmay Bhatt?
I have
Honestly
seen him, and I have talked to there was a time where I used to like post 3-4 like the carousel posts of Honestly from on my page only. And like the first one I posted, I got noticed by Gaurang, which was his like manager, the personal advice guy. And then he DM'd me. Then he was like keep posting some short things about him. So like I post about it on my page as well, and like Tanmay Bhatt has liked it as well.
Right, that is great. I think information, jitna bite-sized information you can provide to the people, the more value addition and the more consumable it is. Okay? People don't want to watch. Honestly, podcasts are the only form where people can probably watch the entire thing.
Connect with the
because it is much more consumable. You just put it on your ears and just do whatever the hell you want. You can listen to the podcast again and again. Who wants to go through the same video again and again? I think that would be a very big waste of time, because I have to focus on the video and I can't do anything else. Okay, podcast is that. But having what you just did, carousels. So I follow this one particular design YouTube academy called Chris Do. You know Chris Do? So he specifically talks about design principles. Okay, and he specifically talks about why carousels in Instagram are a great idea to like have bite-sized consumable content. In fact, I am going to make carousels posts on my channel. There is this one particular channel. Have you heard of it? The Indian Idiot. That Indian idiot.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't like watched the content.
Check out his content. It's very bite sized, very small. Okay? Carousel content. Okay? And I think that is also very useful. People see, entertainment is fine. You start off, you're a kid, you want to have fun, you want entertainment, that's all great. But after that, what? कभी ना कभी तो तुम बड़े हो जाओगे ना. कभी ना कभी your priorities in life will change because adulting is a part of the process. Sooner or later. Okay? You want skin in the game. You want more information. You want less clutter. People would want to consume more information which is useful to them. How is entertainment going to be useful after a very long time? It's going to be there. It is necessary because we want that. But uske baad kya? What is going to last a longer time? Tum socho. What is going to last a longer time? Infotainment is going to last a much longer time. And it has, and it can be posted on multiple domains in various forms. So why not? If you can mutate in such different forms, then why wouldn't it survive? It would survive. Yeah. That is what I think about.
So my last question to you is like one do and one don't for a YouTuber who's currently starting in 2020.
One do and one don't. Which domain?
Any domain.
Any domain? A very generic advice. I would say post more often, make as many mistakes as you can. That is, I can't say one do, but like that's like more often and make as many mistakes. It's just one clubbed together. Post more often and make as many mistakes as you can. Because, and one don't expect quick success. Do not expect quick success. I'll tell you why also for the don't part, because I have experienced it myself. Okay. The reason why you wouldn't want to expect quick success is most of you who are starting off on YouTube, if you don't have a backup plan or if you don't have any future plans and you want to just focus on that, then maybe quick success is great for you. But if you have other things in mind as well, quick success will be difficult for you because you wouldn't be able to post that often. So post often, make mistakes, and don't expect quick success. Don't expect shout outs and all that. Organically grow, because that is what will last. Nothing else would last. That is what I think. And that is very personal where it comes from.
True that. Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining in the podcast. I will link all your handles in the description box below. Do follow, do share, and see you till the next podcast. Thank you, guys.
Okay.